I'm reporting to you from Our Lady of the Angels Church in the West Humboldt Park area of Chicago. We were here several months ago when this church was being renovated. Now, Our Lady of the Angels is open once again. A rededication mass just 2 weekends ago drew a full house of people eager to see outreach efforts continue at the Our Lady of the Angels mission. Here's Jim Dish with that report.
The rededication Mass at Our Lady of the Angels signals the rebirth of a church that had closed its doors more than 20 years ago. Cardinal Francis George was joined by bishops and priests from across the Archdiocese in celebrating the Mass. It was Cardinal George who had invited Franciscan Father Bob Lombardo to move to Humboldt Park 7 years ago to begin a mission to serve the poor. The reopening of the church is a major step in that outreach.
I think it's a sign of hope for the people here in Humboldt Park, because of the outreach that we do to assist our neighbors in need. And I'd love to see it as always a positive face of the Catholic Church.
Most people remember Our Lady of the Angels from the tragic school fire in 1958 that took the lives of 92 children and 3 nuns, leaving the entire community and city in shock. Some survivors of that fire said they needed to be at the rededication Mass, despite the awful memories from more than a half-century ago.
You remember it like it was yesterday. It was extremely dark. You couldn't see your hand in front of you. Sister had asked us to hold on to the person in front of us, and that's exactly what we did. And we got to the stairwell, and you couldn't see anything. You couldn't breathe. It was so dark, and we just felt our way down the stairs. I feel like my heart is here. I feel like it's always been here. I grew up. My childhood was here. Wonderful, happy childhood. I was married in this church. My oldest was baptized in this church, too.
Our Lady of the Angels has also been a big part of Father Michael Gabriel's life. The neighborhood had changed over time, and faced with very few parishioners, he was the pastor who closed the parish in 1990.
My last homily here was, we never say goodbye to our angels, and today we're just welcoming it as we always do every day, and so it's wonderful to be back here.
Father Lombardo and the small Franciscan community that lives at Our Lady of the Angels are making a difference in West Humboldt Park, an area known for high poverty, gang activity, and drug trafficking. The former rectory, convent, and parish center, now Kelly Hall, have been transformed and provide both material and spiritual support for people in the neighborhood. The church renovation is the latest step in the growth of the mission.
It's been overwhelming to see the support from all over Chicago, unions, companies, everyone coming together, and it's just been amazing.
Well, I think we can all identify that there's a need here. You know, the community is looking for this, and once you get involved with it and you understand the teamwork and the family atmosphere that we're creating, it's really something special to help out and make a difference.
Making a positive difference in the community is an important role for the Catholic Church. In his homily, Cardinal George referred to Our Lady of the Angels as a gift of peace to the community.
The church exists where the gifts of Christ are shared, and the church exists to make visible those invisible gifts that last forever, faith and love and peace and forgiveness. But they have to be made visible, for we are body and soul. And so they're made visible in different ways, and they're made visible today in this restored church.
Church neighbors see the mission as a beacon of hope in an area that has seen very hard times.
Before Father Bob came, I think it was in turmoil. The kids had no place to go. A lot of kids didn't want to leave their neighborhoods to go to other places that had these facilities to accommodate them for their needs, you know. So when Father Bob did come, he offered hope. He offered a community center, now a church.
Father Bob offered closing comments at the rededication Mass, focusing in part on the significance of the church's name, Our Lady of the Angels.
God chose that humble virgin, and this church is under her patronage, Our Lady of the Angels, whose image is on my left, right above the choir.
In a loving and emotional tribute to the church's namesake, soprano Regina Bunton sang Ave Maria as the Franciscans who run the mission placed a bouquet of roses at a mural of the Blessed Mother.
It was a special honor for me, really. You just empathize with the people who have just for so many years waited for this church to be renewed, rebuilt. Ave Maria. It's just special for this church, especially with the name is Our Lady of the Angels, Mission of Our Lady of the Angels. So I just felt especially honored to be able to sing that.
Very emotional. I'm very, very happy that I came and to see the church the way it was, and there was so many memories. Just a wonderful, it was just a peaceful time, very emotional. I had doubts about coming, but then we did come, and we're very happy about that.
Really is a very happy moment for this archdiocese, thanks to God and thanks to him. It's kind of a symbol, I take it, as Christ's resurrection here, where things were pretty deadly sometimes, and now there's a sign of great hope and of peace.
It's a tremendous blessing to be here in this church, which now is literally the house of God. The Eucharist is now here in our tabernacle, so it's just beautiful. I mean, you can't really explain. We're just so grateful to the Lord for all that he's done for us.
This, to me, is a miracle on Iowa Street.
With photographer Mike May, I'm Jim Dish, reporting from the Our Lady of the Angels mission.
You can find out much more about the history of Our Lady of the Angels and the mission's outreach to the community by visiting its website at missionola.com. That's missionola.com.